how did the first offer come? Was it like accidental?
So I was in school, I was performing on stage, and the producer of the film was in the audience because his kids were also performing. So he saw me and he was like, I'm going to shoot a film, I would like you to audition. And I was like, I also have a ready battery. So I went to audition and I did an audition, and I had this really stunning lady auditioning with me. And I think if I'm not wrong, she's a fairly popular face right now in TV. And sorry, I can't remember her name. But she was a gorgeous young lady, much older than me. So I was really daunted by the fact, like, I'm this 15-year-old child who's sitting and about to give an audition, and there's this really stunning looking woman going to do the same audition. So my mom took me, I was like, Mom, I need to rehearse. So I took my mother into a loo, and I just rehearsed all my lines and I've given the audition. And of course I got the movie. So, and nobody saw the film because it was a really bad film.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it even saw the day of light properly, which is good. I'm not complaining.
But it did release.
It did release, but like survived for 2 days, I think, in the theatre. Yeah.
But there was a Tamil film that you did simultaneously.
This was a Hindi film. That was my first film. But my first Telugu film...
Hindi film was your first film?
Yeah. My first film was a Hindi film. The story that I told you was a Hindi film audition.
Which movie was this? What was it?
It was called Chand Sa Roshan Chehra.
Okay, then I
now I feel like that was like cheese burst loaded pizza. It was like that. But yeah, my first Telugu film, of course, was...
Was it a huge hit?
No, it was not my first film. It was my fifth film that did well.
No, but I've been told that in the first film, you were so young, but people actually really loved you, and then there were multiple film offers from different industries that had come to you.
I mean, although my first few films didn't do well, I think people saw potential and they could see that the audience took liking to me. So I think the offers were just organically coming through.
And then you jumped between industries as well, you know.
Yeah.
Today it's become a patent thing, and even when today I'm speaking like this, I've also actually done a crossover, so to say. But you've done it at a time when it was not even the norm.
Yeah.
There were very few Indian actors who were actually attempting it. And then there were very fewer Indian actors, producers, audience giving respect to regional films. I come from Calcutta. Today, the amount of respect that is given to a regional film compared to what it was back then, I see a hell and heaven difference.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Oh, you won't believe it, man. I think it would be rather very boisterous of me to say I was one of the few people who started it, but I can definitely say that it was probably the likes of Shri ma'am and Jayaprada ma'am and that generation where there weren't pan-India heroes, but there were pan-India actresses.
Yeah.
I think the females kind of started it because
Absolutely,
at that point,
you're so right.
So they were the ones who actually started that, because that time a lot of South Indian films used to be remade into Hindi. And I was at one of these award functions where I saw Govinda sir talking, and he was kind of explaining how all the films that he did, which were all big blockbusters, they were all remakes of South films. And then they were remade into Hindi. And of course, then there was this exchange of female actors because they were anyway doing the South Indian version. So I guess they would do a lot of the North as well. So I think the crossover was made long back. I just felt for me what happened is I was linguistically inclined. I enjoyed learning new languages. I was good at it. So it felt organic for me to kind of attempt different languages. And I never shied away from it. It is very daunting for a lot of actors to get a dialogue paper in the morning and they can't understand what they want to say, and it can throw you off. But for me, I think it felt like a challenge, and I kind of found ways of learning the language. And I'm doing my first Malayalam film, so I'm again feeling like a newcomer because I'm again with a new language. But it's fun because, I guess this never ends. And the beauty is this whole nervous energy which kind of propels you to take these risks and take these plunges that you might never really be ready for.